Hi, I'm Alex.
And I'm Kris, and you're watching
Thanks! We Hate It with Alex and Kris. We are on horror again, and I have never been happier.
Yay!
Last week's episode was hard to get through.
Yeah. Sorry if it was hard for you to watch. It was hard for us to talk about.
That's true. So if we have to go through it, so do you.
Right. So back to horror. Thank God. This week we're going to be doing our worst posters or box art for horror movies.
Yep.
And yeah, this one, it was difficult, but it wasn't, because some things just stick in your mind as like, what the fuck, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But they do so many, especially if they do re-releases, then there's a new box art, and so sometimes
which happens often.
It's better, sometimes it's worse, you know?
Yeah, it happens often, especially with horror genres. You know, it's one genre. There's sub-genres, but one genre. Sorry. Yeah, you know, a lot of the re-releases, like, I've seen a lot of, like, really cool anniversary editions with, like, the coolest fucking box art, and it's, like, way cooler than what it, like, the initial, like, poster art, so it's, like, that's exciting, and I like seeing all of that, but sometimes they're just hot motherfucking garbage to begin with.
Right.
You know, so it's fun. I actually did quite a bit of research on this one, because there was not too many I could find, actually. Like, I actually really had to dig, because there was a lot of these posters that I actually really liked.
Right.
You know? So I actually really did a lot of research.
Because even the bad ones have something to them, you know?
I actually really had to dig pretty deep, because I just don't really hate a lot of them.
Right. Plus my aesthetic is, like, bad horror posters.
Right.
So, like, it was hard for me to be like, well, okay, maybe other people don't like that, but I do.
That is exactly the same mindset I was in, where I was like, I like all these shitty things.
I know, I looked at lists of, like, worst horror posters, and I was like, but I like these.
Yep. Alright. Are we ready?
Alright, number 5.
Number 5, I'm gonna go with a movie called Fear.com.
That was a weird movie. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. I
do remember, like, bits and pieces. I haven't seen it in a long, long time. But I remember as a kid at the Blockbuster and at the Hollywood Video.
Yeah.
Good memories, honestly. Guys.
Right.
Like, seriously, for people who didn't experience that, I'm actually really sorry, because it was a great thing.
Jumping off of that point, I just want to say before we really get into it, some of you may not realize, like, trailers were not always as accessible as they are now.
No.
When we were growing up, there was no internet to just premiere the newest trailer. If you didn't see it in the theater before another movie, if you didn't see it on TV, you missed that trailer.
Yes, you did.
And so a lot of times poster and box art was all we had to go on to decide whether or not we wanted to watch a movie.
Absolutely.
So that's, I think, why it's so important to have good posters and box art.
Oh, of course.
At least back in the day. Maybe not so much anymore, but...
I mean, obviously, because there's more marketing mediums now.
Right.
You know, and of course, you know, back then, you only had limited resources. Obviously, you know, you're right, you couldn't just fucking post it on the internet, so, and you had to reach your audience in a different way.
But Fear.com, do you remember they had a website for that where you could torture people and stuff on it? Yeah. Yeah,
no, they did. I never went to it, obviously.
I did. I did.
Did you?
I sure did. Why would I not? Why would I not?
Oh, to be fair, yeah. I was really young when that came out, so that's probably why I didn't know.
10-year age difference here.
But anyway, I remember, like, as a kid, you know, going to Hollywood Video and going to, you know, or Blockbuster, and I would always see the box art for that, and I don't know why I hated it so much. It didn't scare me or anything, but I was just like, because when I see a title like Fear.com, I would probably expect to see something a little more, like, cyber-related, you know what I'm saying? And like, yes, like, they did have, like, the blue kind of, like, VHS, like, color scheme.
Right. Isn't it
filter
the face,
over it.
and the face is, like, scrambled?
Yeah, there's, like, some weird, like thing between their mouth or whatever. It's, like, like a fucked up face, basically. But I just don't think that was the right... I didn't think, personally... Just didn't feel like a right vibe, you know?
I didn't mind that one, and having seen the movie, I think it fits okay with the movie, because, again, the movie's fucking weird, so having a weird poster kind of makes sense. But yeah, I can see why. Because again, if you don't know what the movie's about, then yeah, the cover art makes no sense. So I get that.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. It's too vague. You know what I mean? Like there's I feel like there wasn't enough substance on it where it's like, oh cool, this creepy lady at fear.com. Well, what am I you know what I mean? Like what does that mean? You know what I mean? Like it just wasn't enough substance for me. So every time I saw it, I was like, that movie looks boring. And of course when I finally like saw the bits and pieces from what I remember, I was just like, it just didn't match well to me. It's
so funny. And this is why we do this with two people. Because we will get differing opinions. Because honestly, when I didn't see that movie when it came out. I did go to the website. Because, again, why would I not?
Yeah.
But I didn't see it when it came out. I wound up... They had this old video store that would sell... used videos and stuff. And I was in there one day just picking up movies. And I saw the Fear.com was in there for like $3. And the cover is what made me go, all right, I'll give it a shot.
All right.
So I was intrigued by it. For me, the fact that it wasn't enough on the cover made me go, well, what is this about?
Oh no, absolutely. So, and that's I understand the premise, and I'm sure that's what they were trying to do.
Yep.
When
just
they were marketing it. Right. It's like I'm sure that was the original intent for that, but I guess it wasn't enough for me to be. It really wasn't. It wasn't enough for me to be like, I'll watch it. I just needed something a little more.
I got you. I got you.
So, but that's just me. Anyway.
My number 5 is the Leprechaun poster that they released after Jennifer Aniston became huge. Now, I don't know, you can probably picture it. And it's Jennifer Aniston it's black background. Jennifer Aniston right in the front, looking like she does on Friends, not how she actually looks in the Leprechaun movie.
Yep.
And then little tiny Warwick Davis in the back. Like, guys.
He's shrunk.
You're not fooling anyone. Anybody who sees that movie knows that is not what Jennifer Aniston looks like anymore. And it's just... You're selling us Jennifer Aniston when you should be selling us the fucking Leprechaun. Are you kidding me?
I'm fucking sorry, but like Warwick Davis, you guys need to fucking understand how much of a treasure Warwick Davis is.
Reals.
Like he is a phenomenal actor, versatile as fuck. Like, I mean, you look at him, he did all of the fucking Leprechaun movies. Well, I mean, minus like the 2018 like reboot on Sci-Fi or whatever. But he was the Leprechaun in all of those fucking movies.
He made that character what it is.
Right, he's stuck with it. I mean, and then you look at, like fucking Willow.
Willow, God, I love that movie.
I have the Willow tattoo I see every day, and it's like one of my top.
And didn't he play like 3 different roles in Harry Potter? He was Flitwick, he was the Goblin, and then I think he was someone else too.
He was an Ewok in Star Wars.
Dude's had a career, man.
Like, this guy is phenomenal, and he's one of my favorite actors of all time, so it's like, the fact that you just shrink him down. It's like, how fucking dare you?
You don't put Jennifer Aniston's character from Leprechaun. You put Rachel Green on the cover.
Rachel on there.
That's Rachel Green. That's not even Jennifer Aniston. That's Rachel Green you put on your poster.
Jennifer Aniston in Leprechaun had bangs.
Bangs with a big poofy hair. Kind of almost how she looked in the first episode of Friends. With the long poofy hair and stuff. So yeah, it's too much pandering for me.
They're just doing it.
It's too much pandering. Yeah. It's too much of a cash grab. It's I don't hate Jennifer Aniston, clearly. I love Jennifer Aniston.
She's
but
right.
You shouldn't be using her to sell this movie about leprechauns. You just
agree.
shouldn't.
I agree. Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah. All right, so number 4.
I'm gonna go with Troll 2.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna start off here. There are several different posters for it, and the one that I am specifically going to refer to is like the original poster. I mean, like the
with
one
the shadowy thing.
Yeah, with the shadowing in the back, and it has the kid. That kid's not even in the movie. That is not the kid who's in the fucking movie. So you can tell that like this poster was shot and this poster was made prior to any sort of planning for what they were gonna do. It's really funny, honestly. Like, it's not even just like, oh, it's bad, boo.
Right.
It's like, what the fuck? The fact that you decided to keep that, like, what?
Why?
So, like, all the, like, the re-release, like, posters and stuff were obviously much better. It just had, like, the shitty fucking goblins with the masks on it. And that's fine. That's all I need to know. I already know it.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, you don't really need need much
Right.
on there to know what you're fucking sitting in
yeah.
for.
If you saw Troll, if you saw the first one, you know what you're getting into with the second one.
Yeah. Yeah, even though it's completely different from the first one, you still kind of know.
To be fair. But
yeah, you still kind of know what you're in for,
You see where it's going. You see where it's going.
Even though Troll 2 is obviously known as the best worst movie.
I mean, I still think Nightmare on Elm Street 2 is the best worst movie, but...
Oh my god! Dude, no, Troll 2... God, I fucking love that movie. It's so shitty. It's one of my favorites. Oh god, I literally can sit there and watch it, and people are like, how can you sit here? And I'm like, I get a good laugh out of it. Like, whenever I need, like a really good hearty laugh, I watch Troll 2. That's how I process my emotions.
It's amazing.
It's a great film. It's so fucking stupid.
it is, but it is also good. If you haven't seen it, do watch it.
Do
watch it.
100%. Like, I love, seriously, like, if you want something so horrifically bad to laugh at, I promise you're gonna have so much fun watching this movie. It's great.
Fantastic.
Alright,
so my number 4 is Ginger Dead Man.
No!
Yep. And it's because I don't think they should have put him on the poster, honestly, because...
Sorry, I love that movie too.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm saying the poster is bad. Because, again,
the poster is bad.
Look, I knew what I was getting into with a B movie called Ginger Dead Man. I think putting the actual guy on the poster ruins it, because now you're like, well, now I don't even have to watch the movie to see how shitty this guy looks. Like,
right.
It's
well, and wasn't one of the original posters, like, actually had Gary Busey on it?
I don't know. The one I'm talking about is, it's just him, and you see the fire, oven in the background.
He's got, like, a knife or something.
Yeah,
right?
and he just looks dumb. It just looks stupid. It really does. Again, I know what I'm getting into with a movie called Ginger Dead Man.
Right.
Save the reveal of what he looks like for your movie, guys.
Leave a little to the imagination.
Right. You know that you don't have, it's not Freddy on the cover here, guys. So, like, save it and surprise us with it.
Right.
And, yeah, I think that's where my problem with that one is they should have saved it for the movie, and then we'd all be like, holy shit, like, that looks dumb, instead of just knowing it from the box cut or the cover art.
I know, I can totally see that, honestly. I mean, they could have, they could have done something a little different. Maybe, just put the bakery or something with, some blood or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
something more interesting than just him going, yeah,
right. It's like, you can still obviously have the Ginger Dead Man on there, but, just...
Or put a little gingerbread man cookie holding a knife or something cute, so, I don't know. But, just putting him on there is like, well, why am I watching this movie now? That's what it is.
I already know what I'm in for.
Right.
Yeah. No, I can see that. I can definitely see that.
So that's why that one always bothered me.
That's fine. that's valid.
Right.
Are we on number 3 already?
Yeah.
Word.
Flying.
Right? I'm gonna go with, I fucking love the Ghoulies series. Ghoulies is actually probably my favorite Empire Pictures / Full Moon series. I really enjoy all of them so much. They're just over the top with the creature puppets and of course John Carl Buechler and all his great work in those films, and they're so much fun. And the one thing I find interesting with the posters especially is for the first movie, they had released a picture, the poster of a ghoulie in a toilet. And it was dressed in just doll clothes, I think, or whatever. Well, I guess I don't know if it was test audiences or what. The poster was released and there was a lot of kickback with it, because I guess there was a lot of kids who saw that poster and they were afraid when they were being potty trained. So they wouldn't go to they wouldn't go to the toilet. And
awesome.
And it's funny, but it's not. But
no, it's funny.
It's fucking hilarious to me. It's oh no.
It's hilarious.
So they had to kind of loosen it up a little bit, and I think they I can't remember what exactly they re-released it as, but all I really know is that the fact that they decided to use that imagery is kind of odd to me, because there's only I think in the first Ghoulies there's only one scene,
that's all that matters.
one blip where a ghoulie just it's just for fun. It's not even like vital to the story. It's just he just pops out of a toilet.
Listen. There's something I've learned from our other YouTube channel, and that is that toilets and poop cells, guys.
Oh, of course it does.
So I can absolutely see why they put a toilet on the front cover.
Well, and to be fair, like, you know, I mean, it is kind of intriguing because you're like, oh, like a monster from the drain or whatever the fuck, but it's nothing like that.
I can relate to these kids because when I saw Arachnophobia when I was a kid, and I already was not a fan of spiders, but when I saw Arachnophobia and the shower scene where they're coming out, I couldn't shower for a long, like, I understand. That's not okay. So I get these kids.
I totally understand.
And even though it happened to me, I still think it's hilarious.
Of course.
But yeah, I get that.
But yeah, I just think it's really fucking funny. You know, it's like that. It only showed up like once, and I think even same thing with like Ghoulies 2. Like I'm pretty sure they added a toilet in that one too, and it's like again, there's one scene in Ghoulies 2 where like one pops out of a toilet.
I think like, that was worth giving kids nightmares for sure.
Oh no, I'm not denying that at all. I'm not denying it, but I just think it's more of just funny. I don't necessarily hate it. It's just fucking hilarious to me. Just that's what you're gonna base your whole movie on, just one fucking scene with a toilet.
Yep.
Because they don't come from a dream.
Genius.
Right. It was just totally different. But anyway, I digress. So.
All right. So my number 3, and this is a movie a lot of people probably haven't seen. I actually haven't seen it, but I do remember the cover art, and it always made me go, "What the fuck?" Dreamaniacs. It's a very B movie, and if you haven't seen the cover, what it is like it's a couple in bed, and then there's like this bald woman that's coming through the wall, like a giant bald woman coming through the wall.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Like
I've never seen this.
Yeah, it's the poster. I remember, or the box or whatever. I remember seeing it and being like, what? Are they getting haunted by the Wizard of Oz? Like, what the fuck is this? So I have no idea what the movie is actually about because I've never seen it, but the box art stuck with me. And yeah, I don't know. If you know what that movie is about, please tell me down in the comments. But
I have never even seen this poster.
I'll show you a picture of it afterwards.
Please do, because
it's crazy.
I need to know.
It's crazy.
That's fucking.
So I really can't talk much about it because I hated the poster. I just hated the poster. The box art was a turn-off. It didn't even make me pick it up to look at the back to read what it was about. Like, I just avoided it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to fucking see what that's about either.
It's
odd.
I'm telling you. So, I'm sorry, but your box art, Dreamaniacs, made me not watch your movie. So, you failed.
Sorry.
You failed.
Not adding to that revenue.
Right. So I just wanted to bring that up because, again, fuck that box art. And I'm sure our editor will put up, the pictures of it every time we talk about one. But, God, yeah. What?
That's just bizarre. I mean,
I don't want to see it now.
Like, don't get me wrong, like, I love bizarre and psychotic things, of course,
right.
But, like, I think it's just, like, the fact that I've never seen the poster, and now, like, I'm thinking and trying to imagine it.
I gotta find this movie, because I feel like I do have to watch it now, like...
I'm gonna have to search on that later, because that sounds like I would really fucking love to hate it.
Like, now that I'm older and, I appreciate bad movies and stuff like that, I'm like, I really think I should watch this one now and just get over the box arts.
Just get it over with.
Get it over with. All right.
Okay.
So number 2.
Number 2. Jason Goes to Hell.
Fuck off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No. Kris.
I just love that movie so much.
No, that movie's fucking dope. No, please.
I like the box art too. No, you go ahead. Feel free to have your own opinions. Go.
The movie's fucking awesome. I love Jason Goes to Hell. It's dope. But, like, the thing that bothers me about the box art is, like, you don't really, like, it's got, like, the snake or whatever, and, like, you don't really see a whole lot of that in the movie. Like, you do and you don't.
He becomes the snake thing, so, like...
Right. No, I just feel like it's not, like, because, like, when they first established, you know, in the movie, he was just, like, these random, like, soul orbs or whatever.
Right.
And then it, like, came into play, like, later, but... Because I think I was the audience would be introduced to, like, those soul orbs first. Like, that was the first thing I saw. So when I look at the poster, you know, I'm like, oh, cool, this cool-ass weird demon snake. And then I go to I go watch it, and it's like, wait.
Where's the cool-ass demon snake?
Right, exactly. Like, where's the cool-ass demon snake? And it doesn't, you know, appear until later, you know, and I don't know why that turned me off so much. I don't know why it bothers me so much, but it does. And it's like, I don't know, like, I probably wouldn't have picked that, I guess.
I don't know, that made me want to see it more. Like, again, I'm with you. It does feel like a bait and switch a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I always thought that poster was cool as fuck. It was fire and Jason's mask, and then the snakes. Yeah, like.
Of course, like of course.
But I like fire. I'm kind of a pyro, so anytime you put fire on something, I'm like, I like that.
Hell yeah.
So.
No, that's fine too. It's just, I don't know. You're right. Like it's like a bait and switch thing where it's like I would have rather like I don't know seen something else on there. You don't see the snake until later. I'd rather see. I want to see the weird demon snake now. It's cool. I like seeing effects. I like appreciating effects. God damn it. Right. So, but yeah, like I said, I don't know why. I just don't vibe with it. I mean, there's probably gonna be people who be like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" But I'm gonna be like,
fair. I'm one of them, but fair. What's wrong with you?
I love the movie. Like Friday the 13th. It's like it's one of my favorite series. So it's like, I love it, but the poster just I don't like it.
Fair.
I know.
Fair. Everyone's entitled to their own wrong opinion.
That's correct. Isn't that why we do this?
Alright, so my number two.
Go.
My number 2 is One Missed Call. And that's the poster where they have a face, and for some fucking reason, instead of eyes, it's 2 mouths. Why?
It's creepy.
Why? What does that have to do with your fucking movie? Oh yeah, nothing. Like, why?
Because it looks like creature feature Alien to me, and it's not that type of film. That's not what that is.
That's not what that movie is at all.
And
so
it's not like they have any like trippy themes in it either. You know what I'm saying? So like even if it would look like a hallucination or look like something, like or you know there are themes of hallucinating in the movie, I could see where like oh that's cool,
but it's not.
It's not,
and it's not cool. It's
off-putting.
Off-putting. Yeah, like I don't care for it.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't hate the movie, but the poster, I hate the poster with a passion. Like, why do you put those mouths there? Like, I feel like they were trying to be cool, like Silence of the Lambs or whatever, and have little... But it didn't, no.
It gives off, like, a trippy vibe, and which is cool, but only if your movie has trippy vibes in it.
Right.
You know?
Like, and not even, like, I feel like if I was tripping and I saw that, it send me into a bad trip. Like, that's
honestly
not, like, that, why do you, no. Just no.
Just, it doesn't fit with the theme and content of the movie.
Right. It's not anything to do with your movie at all. At all. So, why would you off-put people like that? Like, right. So let's go number 1.
Y'all are gonna love me. Y'all are gonna fucking love me because I am back, baby. I am back on hating the fuck out of this movie, and you are never, ever, ever going to hear the end of it. Drag me to hell. I hate the movie. I hate the poster. I hate the poster. She does not look like she's like terrified. She looks like she's busting a nut. She looks like she's having an orgasm. That does not look like she's scared or terrifying.
No.
And of course that only enforces how shitty of an actress she is. So that was like again, like the immediate like first thing that I was like when I was like, okay, we're gonna do this, episode, and I was like the first fucking thing I'm like that goddamn movie. Like
yeah, and isn't it like a bunch of hands or something?
Yeah, it's a bunch. It's like a bunch of hands, like basically trying to drag her to hell.
But it's only her face, like in the profile of her face, going like ah.
Yeah, like, she just has her mouth open, but it doesn't. she doesn't look like she's scared. She doesn't look like she's, you know, like having an intense, like emotional, you know, like breakdown about being dragged to hell. She looks like she's, you know, on the verge of orgasm, and that's weird.
And some people's O faces are not pretty.
Right, no, that's okay. That's fine. That's normal.
Your O face is your O face, but sometimes it's not pretty.
Right, and that's valid and that's fine. But just I just don't.
Alright, so my number one. Now, I love the Sleepaway Camp series with a passion.
Yes!
With a passion. Every single one of them.
Sleepaway Camp is dope.
Sleepaway Camp 2 had 3 attempts at a cover, and they failed all 3.
I know what you're talking about.
All 3. There's the one where it's just, like, she's got the backpack, and it looks like just a Polaroid or something of her, and she's just sitting there with the backpack. That was the first one. And then I forget what the second one looked like, but that one sucked too. And then the new one for like DVD or Blu-ray release, it's like a cartoon drawing of her. Like, I don't know. I hate all 3 of them. I hate all 3 of them for such a good bad movie.
Oh,
like,
honestly, you know, and I do have to say, like, especially with the Sleepaway Camp series, like, they certainly tried, you know, with like the second and the third one with like Pamela Springsteen.
Yeah,
and,
she did fantastic.
And I think so too. Like, I actually think she like really like made that character into something that she could identify with. And, you know, I think she did a great fucking job with it. I really think she captured her own essence of Angela Baker. You know, I think she did a fantastic job.
Oh, yeah. I love the series, but for some reason, for Sleepaway Camp 2, they just cannot get a good poster or cover for it.
And same thing with, like, the third one, too. Wasn't the third one, like, it's just, like, a girl with, like, a knife? Too.
But the reason I picked number 2 is because they tried 3 times and failed.
How do you fail that many?
Like,
do you not
the first one is just horrible, because, again, it looks like they just took a picture of, and I'm not even sure it's her, but it looks like they just took a picture of a girl with a backpack on and slapped it on.
Like, what am I supposed to be watching? What is this about? You know?
Like, and then, so, again, the posters are, after the first one, the posters aren't that great, but I chose number 2 because they tried to do it right, and they still couldn't do it, so...
Yeah, and let me say this too, you know, like the poster, like the OG poster for like the original Sleepaway Camp is awesome.
It is awesome. It's amazing.
Perfect. Yep. It's like the perfect poster for that type of movie. I love it. So yeah, you know, so I can see where it's like, okay, with the second one, well, Jesus, that's fucking
you guys just gave up here. Like, you just clearly gave up.
Yeah. Again, kind of, in my opinion, a bit of a cash grab.
Which is funny, because to me, I like 2 and 3 almost more than 1. And I think it's because of her.
Sure.
But yeah, so it's like you did the best poster on an okay movie and then gave like the worst posters to the better movies.
Like, you didn't even try.
You didn't try. So yeah.
I can see that. I vibe with it.
That's where I'm at with that.
Well,
that's it.
All of that pent up has been released now. Pent up energy. Thank God we're back on horror.
Yeah. Like, so I don't know what our next topic will be next week. If you would like to suggest one, please do so down in the comments.
Oh, for sure.
Otherwise, we'll come up with something, because we've always got ideas, but we just haven't talked about it yet because we've been super busy.
Such is life.
Such is life. So yeah, just remember to like, subscribe, ring the bell so you get updates for all the content on our channel. And thanks for watching. Have a great night. Goodbye.
I almost sent a picture of it and sent it to you. We were watching Jeopardy the other day. Drag me to hell was a question.
I know! Instantly, I was like, oh my god, she hates it so much!
Yeah. And it was basically who directed it, and the answer was Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi, right. But they used that one. Because it was a whole category of horror movies.
I cannot fucking believe that they used Drag Me to Motherfucking Hell to say, who is Sam Raimi?
Sure fucking did.
Yep.
Are you
we almost sent it to you.
I would have rather taken Spider-Man. I would have rather taken fucking Spider-Man than that goddamn fucking movie.
Yep. I told her, I was like, we're take a picture of this, send it to her.
I'm kind of sad you guys didn't. I would have gotten a really good laugh out of that.
Right. Oh,
we thought of you instantly.
Here's the thing, we thought of you, but we were probably too high.
Right. It's actually,
that's valid. That's valid.